back to CP24 Breakfast. Our next guest is a disability advocate and author whose recent book, In the Bear's House, uncovers a story where disability becomes an unexpected gift of insight.
Bruce Hunter joining us this Wellness Wednesday ahead of World Sight Day, which is tomorrow. Bruce, good morning to you. Thank you for joining us this morning.
Thank you for having me. I'm honored to be here.
You know, so World Sight Day, very important to you as well. And also we should highlight the fact that you've told us as well, you're, as you said, profoundly deaf. So we'll be speaking very closely to you as well this morning. But this book here that you've written here opened up, you know, your mind and the world to you here. Can you talk about what that personal experience was like for you writing this book and putting this all down?
Well, I did years of research, and the book came out 16 years ago. Mm-hmm. I won a big prize at the Banff Mountain Book Festival for mountain writing, even though it was a book about a young deaf boy. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But the mountaineers liked what I said about the mountains and the way I wrote about it. And that comes out of, first of all, low vision, mm-hmm. and also hearing loss, because I've learned to be very observant. Mm-hmm. And I've also learned when I'm not talking, and I'm a motor mouse, I was a teacher for a long time, when I'm not talking, I'm observing everything. Mm-hmm. And so I have an enhanced sense of observation, because we were talking earlier about your, was it your
grandfather?
Grandfather. You learn to read faces, you learn to read eyes. And there's a universality to this, and I want to jump ahead a little
Mm-hmm.
bit, because we have two books on display, and I did a 4-city tour of Italy this year. Mm-hmm. And I'm not fluent, but I do read Italian, and I can write it, and I published, and I've helped younger authors in Italy translate into English and all that. So I've learned a lot of different kinds of fluency. Mm-hmm. Partly through adaptiveness and disability. So, you know, you have to find a way to work, and you have to find a way to make whatever you have work for you and work for other people. So, In the Bear's House has a cousin, Nella Casa d'Orso, and it was wonderful traveling around, because I thought, oh, I hope this story translates. Okay, I have a wonderful translator, but I'm talking about the other part of it. And I also, when this book came out as a re-release, I wanted to reach a younger generation, because I'm writing about a time where there were no cell phones, there were no roads in the backcountry. Yeah. 4-wheel drive were extremely expensive, and people didn't buy them. I also grew up alongside First Nations reserves, so I learned a lot about the wild in a totally different way of approaching everything, including bears, mountains, and so on. And so I wanted to take on that knowledge and pass it on, because the people, some of the people I knew, I'm thinking my great-great-auntie was born around the time of the Civil War and started one of Calgary's first businesses. I mean, her vision of the opening up of, from a non-Indigenous standpoint, opening up of the West and the development of Canada, the stories are incredible, and they're not often written down. So I wanted to write them down and pass them on. But anyway, here I am. I'm 73 years old. I did not expect to be on breakfast television with an Italian book and a brand new release. And just to cut to the chase here, what the reception been? Fantastic. It's unbelievable. I'm getting reviews that literally make me weep. Wow. And many of them are written by authors or academics or whatever who are grandmothers and mothers. And this is a woman's story. It told from, partly, the point of view of a young mother against a lot of challenges, raising a deaf son in the 1950s and early 60s. And she has her own challenges. And the family pitches in to help her, the Scottish immigrant family. And through the story, the young deaf boy, who is nicknamed Trout for his family's love of the wilderness, and the bear's title comes from, when you're in the bear's house, you mind your manners. You keep your wits about you. Yeah. So the boy learns these lessons. And anyway, what happens, he's not doing well in school, and he gets into a lot of trouble. It's not trouble that really hurts anybody, but if you were a parent, you'd be very disturbed if your son was setting grass fires and shoplifting.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Bruce, unfortunately, we're running low on time, but very quickly, I want to end on a positive note. I'm sure you're an inspiration to so many people who, you know, have sight issues and you were deafened as an infant. How did you finding poetry and writing help you listen more or hear the world?
Well, first of all, in order to hear the world, we have to hear ourselves. One of the huge things about being deaf is not hearing your own voice. So when I wrote, I existed.
Yeah.
I could hear my voice. And then when you shared that with others, and the other thing, a lesson I think that comes from the book and from my life, when you have a disability, you can't afford to be a coward. You have to be fearless. And fearless in going into situations like this, for example, that could go haywire, or going to Italy, all of that. And so the one thing I've learned, and one universal disability we all have, is fear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that is the lesson in the book. Trout, the young boy, and his mother become fearless.
Yeah.
Wow.
Some
So
great
powerful.
lessons. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bruce, thank you so much.
Well,
Good
thank
luck
you
with this.
so
Thank
much.
you again. Appreciate
Yeah,
the time this morning. Thank you so much.
You're a very accomplished
I would
author.
like to leave these with
thank
you.
you
Very
very
Bruce.
much.
Really
It's
appreciate
beautiful.
this. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, so In the Bear's House by Bruce Hunter. You can check this one out, and we're back with more Secret 24 Breakfast coming up right after this quick break. Thank you.